On our last stream, we discovered a bit of a small exploit in buying solar power plants from Seizewell in X Beyond the Frontier, but it's nothing compared to a separate exploit I discovered a bit later on. Want to know what I mean? Keep watching and find out, because as a fellow exploiter and YouTuber, the Spiffing Brit would say, it's a
perfectly balanced game with no exploits at all.
So let's get right into it. To buy a station to call your own in this game, you first need to talk to the captain of a large transporter. The only transporters in the game are capable of holding the resources required to build actual stations and space factories. The station you want to buy is a solar power plant, which is the cheapest station you can buy at exactly 7,200 credits. Except these stations typically come with a small amount of crystals that you can use to generate a profit so you can get some of your money back. Or in our case, all of our money back, and then some. You see, solar power plants produce energy cells, which are used by every space factory in the game, so they are in constant high demand. But they require one crystal to make about 60 energy cells. Setting your power plant to just 5 credits per energy cell attracts everyone and their space dog to your station, as it's an amazingly good deal. So you're pretty much guaranteed business at your space station at these prices. This is fantastic for early start players, who after some grinding with trading can start out their own first factory with just 7,700 credits, so long as they put their station in the starting system Seizewell, and to be guaranteed their money back fairly quickly if they set the price to 5 credits per cell. Then it's just a case of ferrying crystals from the system beyond the south gate to your solar power plant to make a profit. This, of course, will go even quicker for just around 144 more credits by buying a seater device from the local trading dock. Hiring out the TL large transporter in Seizewell costs 500 credits. As you can see, I started off with 24,000 odd and now I'm down to 23,000 odd. For every gate you go through after that, it will cost an additional 500 credits, but you don't need to go through any gates. If you're worried about losing your profit after following these steps I've explained, don't be. As you can see here, after we hired the TL for 500 credits and bought the station for 7,200 credits, we are actually paid 700 credits just for placing the station. But perhaps we put that down to some kind of Taladi subsidy program or something. And 700 credits is chump change compared to the delicious exploit I have for you now. What happens if you take what I've just shown you and increase your profit margins even further? How do you do that, you ask? Well, it's rather simple. Whilst you don't need a docking computer that practically teleports your ship into the station, getting one makes this exploit a lot safer and much more easier. So we have a ship outside the station that is currently docking. If we get in there before they do, which is possible without a docking computer, we can suddenly increase the price whilst that ship is docking. Now that's what I like to call spicy. Now instead of paying 5 credits per cell, they will pay 26 credits per cell. And as far as I can tell, this can be done at any station you own. Now, once it already has its orders to come to your station, the incoming ship doesn't care about the price, as at this point it's already checked the prices, thought that they were getting a good deal, and now they're told to mindlessly purchase those, in this case energy cells, with no regard to what the station is now asking for, which results in them paying full price, and go off like the little happy customers they are. Now that is how you out-Ferengi a Taladi. And even though the Taladi are your friends, as the 21st rule of acquisition states, never place friendship above profit. Just don't forget to reduce them back down to their lowest possible price to attract more moths to your flaming beacon of a good deal. It should be noted, however, that it would appear that the solar power plants having the initial stock of crystals doesn't apply to any other station, as I'll demonstrate with this silicon mine. However, the money you get from pulling a few price surging here and there will help you build better stations to substantially increase your profits overall. Above all else, this is 100% legal and doesn't require any nasty save editing with a hex editor in order to pull off. I'm not sure if X Beyond the Frontier had it, but in later games doing such a thing would result in a modified tag being placed in and on your game, which this simply wouldn't do if that mechanic is in there. But you can buy a TS class freight transport ship from these stations who will fill it up with energy cells themselves, so you can start cheesing the more expensive goods for even greater profit margins. Do you know about any other exploits with X Beyond the Frontier? Have you ever used these or other make money fast schemes in the game? Please leave them in the comments below.